Yes.
Okay.
For a long time. Okay, here it goes. Scroll up a little bit. Here it goes. The former reality TV star has gone viral on social media for the worst reasons. That's definitely not the worst reason.
Yeah.
Allegedly faking his own death and claiming it was a hack, as well as pretending to be trans and posting photos of himself in feminine clothes as an experimental mockery of trans people that he claims is exposing the woke mind virus. But that's not the worst reasons. The worst reasons is like you killed a bunch of folks. The worst reasons you lit a school on fire. That's the worst reasons. Like, that's not the worst reasons for going viral. Because why did he pretend to be trans? He came out as a trans woman. He gave interviews with the public, like Page 6.
But are there people that aren't came out as a trans woman? So this guy just pretended to be trans for a long time.
A long time.
So he was making a mockery of them.
He said 5 months. So he did it for 5 months. So
What he did was
in
fake being
October,
a
5
faker.
months later, he said that it was all a social experiment on an episode of the conservative podcast Prime Time with Alex Stein. Sider said the purpose was to expose how gullible and delusional the left is. What I did is I faked being a faker, he said. I pretended to be a pretender.
But
yeah, well, that's
right.
The thing is, like, people don't want to admit that he's correct because it makes you insensitive. But what he's saying is, like, logical.
Right.
It's logical.
And so what if people are actually trans? Are some people actually trans?
You would have to ask them.
Okay.
Therein lies the problem.
I see.
I think there are people that are not, though. There's people that are perverts, for sure, and pretend to be trans so they can go to women's rooms. For sure.
Oh, yeah.
For
That's
sure.
at LAX.
For sure. I'm not accusing all of them. I'm just saying.
But I've seen it.
You're going to have that if you have this thing. This
loophole.
Thing, this new thing. When I was a kid, if a guy with a beard and a dress tried to go into the women's room, men would go in there and beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let that happen. They would say, oh, that guy's a pervert.